I am up, AC/DC in the house, 7 o'clock in the morning, Saturday, looking at homework 2. The first problem you have, I'm doing number 1, you are assigned number 2. So this is similar to 2.1 number 2. You have a tank, blah, 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 with a bunch of data. It's draining, it's got a hole in it. This is a problem probably we all encounter, not, but it's a cooked up problem. Let's look at it. The first thing is I don't like to see data in a row, so I went and just typed that data into Excel so I could see it. So those are the times in minutes, and these are the volumes that they gave me, but now I have it as X and Y just because I'm used to seeing it that way. And I plotted the graph just so I can see the graph. It just helps me visualize it. And P that they gave me, it's the 0.15250. That's right there. I labeled it. Now they want the slope of secant lines when Q is the point on the graph with T, all these other values of T. So let's do the first one slowly. The first Q that they give me is 5,694. It's this first row up here. And what they want is they want me to connect those two dots. That makes a line. And they want the slope of that line. So what I did is the immunization method that I have so I don't make mistakes, I labeled my x1, y1, x2, y2, and I put it into the slope formula, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And I pumped that out. It turns out to be negative 44.1, 0.4. Now, I tend to be lazy at mathematics, which is odd for a mathematician to say, but I don't want to do all of these by hand. I got the point. If you're uncomfortable doing what I'm doing next, go ahead and you can do each one of these separately. So the next point they have is 10,444, and I do the same exact thing. I label everything and I run it through the wash into this formula. But I just don't want to, so I'm going to show you what I did. So in an Excel file, I had already put these two so I could see it. I just need to see it. And then over here in the third column, I calculated the slope. Now the P is this one right here. It was 15,250. So I'm going to highlight that. That's my P. So that's in row 4. So if I go up here, I'm just going to calculate the slope. My Y2 is in cell B4, but I put a dollar sign there because that's going to, my P stays fixed and my Q changes. And the first point, my first Y2 is up in this cell right here. That's B2. So this is Y2 minus Y1, but I'm fixing the Y2 because I'm going to just automatically do all the rest. The X2 is in cell B4, A4, so $4 because that's the highlighted one's not supposed to change. And I get X2 minus X1. My X1 is in A2, and so I just labeled those. Why did I do that? Because I can just do this. This is my work, but if I go over here, I've got the first one done. See this lower, this little square here? If I just put my cursor there, it becomes a thin cross. Double click, I get all the answers at once, and that's why I did this, because I didn't want to go through and do all the arithmetic one by one. So it gives me all the answers, and I welcome you to do this. Of course, if you do it in some other column, then these letters are going to change. But you really should know what you're doing, that you're holding P fixed and just going and calculating slopes in these different Q's. So the dollar sign holds those fixed while the other ones change. So if I go over here, B4 stays the same, but then I'm using B3 and A3. So it automatically did that for me. Or you can do them all by hand. It doesn't take that long.